Hey guys, Andy Parton here again. Got some recruiting questions, got 6 of them today. We're going to kind of run through. Some of them are a little bit repetitive, but I think it's just kind of the theme of, kids and parents really not understanding the recruiting process. But, really a lot of this stuff is common sense, but I think people are really looking for the magic answer, like how do I get recruited? How do I contact a college coach, man? How does this whole thing work? And it's really not that hard. If you're really good and have some people tell the college coach about you, they come watch you and then they recruit you. That's pretty much the gist of it. But the problem is everyone's so wrapped up in how do I get recruited instead of how do I become really good? So think about that as we roll through this stuff. But the first question, what's the best way to get in contact with college coaches while I'm an underclassman? Just shoot them an email, man. Shoot them an email, introduce yourself, invite those guys to come watch you play. Don't call them on the phone because you don't know them, they don't know you, they haven't seen you play. Nothing's going to happen from a phone call. Just shoot them an email, introduce yourself, let them know who you're playing for. If you got some references, list some references, send them a schedule, and then ask them to invite you, invite them to watch you play, and then see what happens from there. All right, next question. If there is a coach at a tournament, can contact be initiated there? Yes, a college coach can contact you at the tournament, but the tournament has to be over, or you have to be finished with the tournament. He cannot talk to you during the actual event. But once you've completed, at the tournament, so say you're a pitcher and you're throwing on day 1 and you're done, you're not throwing again in the rest of the tournament, you've been kind of dismissed from the tournament. You can go talk to college coaches after that at the tournament. All right. Third, is it necessary to use a recruiting service, or should we just work through the Dirtbags and his high school? I mean, it's going to depend on skill level. I mean, no, you don't need to use, nobody needs to use a recruiting service. I think recruiting services, have a place, but if you're a good player, there's really not much more, that you need. Now, if you're kind of a fringy average, maybe slightly below average player, yeah, a recruiting service is probably going to do you some good. Now, I'm not saying a recruiting service could do you really good too if you're a really good player. It may speed up the process, but a recruiting service is basically, it's kind of somebody else that's in your corner. You're just paying somebody to kind of be in your corner and promote you. That's pretty much what you're doing. You could just use references, to help you as well. If the Dirtbags, our staff, or your high school coach, or somebody else, that you work with, or that's got some baseball background and some merit, that can help promote you as well to college coaches. That's pretty much what they're doing. They're going to tell you to make a video, and so you can send video out and things like that. So they're just going to use their contacts, basically like, we can use our contacts. That's pretty much what you're doing. So the answer is no, you do not need a recruiting service. All right, how can the Dirtbags help kids with strong academic backgrounds get recognized by academically strong schools? Well, I mean, what's the difference? I mean, if you're a strong academic kid, we're going to tell, and you want to go to strong academic schools, well, we're gonna get that information from you, and then we're gonna present that to those strong academic schools. But again, don't miss the point. Just because you got good grades doesn't mean you're going to Princeton to play. You got to be good enough. I think again, all you guys are so worried about the secrets of how do I get into play college. Well, man, the secret is you got to be a good player. I want to keep drilling that home with you guys. Don't get so wrapped up in like, what can you do for me? What the hell are you going to do for yourself? What are you going to do for yourself? Stop worrying about what we're going to do for you. You need to take care of what you can take care of, and it's going to work out, man. But you've got to be a good player in order to, play at a high academic school. Those guys don't suck. They're not just looking for warm bodies, that got high GPAs. They're looking for guys who can help them win. Guys who can compete, guys who are going to represent, their program well, yada, yada, yada. So, yes, it's not hard, to get, your information out to a high academic school. No, it's not hard. All right. How many connections does the whole Dirtbags program have? I don't even know what that means. How many connections does the whole, I assume you're talking about how many college coaches do we know? I don't know, man. A lot. I don't have like a number. We don't have like a Rolodex that, that's the only list we can work off of. If you can play at Texas and we think you're good enough to play there and that's where you want to go, I mean, we can contact whoever about anybody. People are going to take our phone call. So, but I don't know how many connections the whole program has. A lot. All right, last one. Is it worth going to prospect camp at schools? Well, duh. Yeah, man. I mean, of course it's worth it. If you want to go to, X school, you probably need to go to X camp, at that school. You need to go to maybe some other camps, maybe where they're at as well, to try to get those guys to see you. I would certainly go to a prospect camp at a particular school if that's the school that you're interested in. But maybe a certain school is hosting a camp and they've got multiple schools at that camp. Well, that's probably a good camp to look into. But if there's a particular school that's local and you don't want to go to that school, you don't have any interest, well, there's really no point. I mean, that school would love to have you. I mean, they would love to have you participate in their camp. But if there's no real interest there, I wouldn't go. But certainly, if you're interested in that particular school, I would go to that camp. So, all right, that's it for today, guys. Hopefully that helps, man. See you guys next time.